This is the triple Qs. Here are your price targets for Thursday. We ended the day at $433.22, up more than 1%. The day's low, $428.88. The day's high, $433.65. This is where we ended. We are at resistance. There's a gap fill to the north side from where we are at 435.06 at 3 standard deviations, and another level of resistance and potential take profit area 436.39, and at 4 standard deviations roughly $438.99. To the south side, back at the middle of the trend, takes us to roughly 428.37. This gap closes out to the downside as well at this level. This would be support, and below that at -2 standard deviations, another level of support and potential buy-in area, 423.02, 420.33, and 417.75. Looking left, note the bounce at support here and the bounce at support here and the sell-off at resistance here, and I will anticipate this gap to possibly close for a quick run up and then slowly curl back down. We are overextended on the RSI. This gap that I have tracked in the past is no longer a threat to our account to the downside. Oops. Right, that's done. Note the bounce here at support. And this gap filled, we gapped down, so I anticipate it to fill to the upside, and it did right there at 425.14. These are just some levels you can try to scalp or day trade it, get in and get out. So that is to the upside, so I'll change it to green. And again, be careful here. The RSI will crack back down to go down, possibly sideways, back up again, but definitely it will go to this level at some point again. And the next one I want to go over is Micron Technologies. I am in this trade. Ignore the white horizontal lines and the pink line. Those are old support and resistance and my trade areas from the past. All right, we ended the day at 81.83, up 0.37%. The day's low, 81.49. The day's high, 83.18. This is where we are at the middle of the trend. To the north side takes us to a gap that begins at 82.73. Above that, at resistance and a potential take profit area, 83.50. 84.74, this gap closes out at 85.63, and 85.86 is another target I would be looking for. To the south side, back at the baseline and the middle of the trend and support, 81.15, 78.73, 77.59, 76.65, and looking left, I tracked this for one of my gap and go trades and the gap filled. So I'm not tracking that any longer for the gap and go plays, but this is just because I'm doing this one because I see a gap. And the RSI is turning up. We are not overextended yet, but when we hit that 70 mark, I will anticipate again to curl back down, to possibly go up here and then go back down. I don't know if we're going to close this one out on Thursday. Fingers crossed, though. And then note support here in the buy-in area, and then hit resistance, wonk, all the way down. But this is support, a bounce, support, a bounce. And now we're just grinding sideways with this line here. And I do want to show you Uber really quickly. Congratulations if you've made some money off of Uber today, up 14.73%. What goes up must come down. And there will be a gap to the downside to watch out for a landmine now that we gapped up. So this will take us out to $69, but it starts at roughly 74.35, and then this little tiny gap closed out. And note the sell-off here at resistance, and then making our way down back to support and a bounce, back down to support, and then a rip. And if we get to this area, grind up to here, I'm going to anticipate a fallback, but running up 14%. I do not know if it will continue to run as high, but we do have a green candle. This is going up, but this has never gotten as high as right here, 94 before turning down and curling. So watch out for that. And we did report good earnings, reported $9.936 billion. The estimate was 9.7567. So word on the street was good, and so it ran. And that does it for me. That is a look at the triple Qs, MU, and Uber. And let me mark this out really quickly. Now I am done. Thanks for watching.